I'm Charlotte McLeod with the Investing News Network, and this is your look at the stories we covered this week that you need to read. The major news in the resource space this week was gold breaking $1,500 per ounce. Gold's big move came on Wednesday on the back of increasing concern about issues like the US-China trade war and central bank rate cuts around the world. After gold reached that critical level, we spoke with E.B. Tucker of KC Research and Metalla Royalty and Streaming, who's been calling for gold to reach that price since the end of 2018, when it seemed a lot less attainable. He said, if you're long gold now, the action to take is no action at all. In other resource news, Glencore announced this week that it will be closing its Mutanda copper-cobalt mine in the DRC at the end of this year. Cobalt prices have declined significantly since 2018, and the company says that the asset is no longer economically viable. Experts in the space have suggested that taxes in the DRC may also have impacted Glencore's decision, and they have said that the move will dramatically alter the cobalt price landscape. In cannabis news this week, we saw Dixie Brands partner with Arizona, the company behind the drink line Arizona Iced Tea. The companies will work together to create THC-infused beverages. We also saw major cannabis player, the Green Organic Dutchman, apply to list on the NASDAQ. The company is currently listed on the TSX, but it wants to broaden its investor base and increase access for international investors. You'll also want to check out the cannabis feature articles that we published this week. One of them covers the influx of ETFs into the space and whether the cannabis market may be reaching a point of saturation in terms of offerings. The other one looks at the extraction space and metrics that investors should look at in this growing area. In tech last week, we looked at the impact of last weekend's 2 mass shootings in the US on the share prices of gaming companies. Although research shows that there's no correlation between video games and gun violence, major companies like Activision Blizzard and EA experienced volatile share price movement in the aftermath. Finally, in life science, we spoke with the CEO of Theranica Bioelectronics about the company's wearable device that's being used to treat migraines. The US FDA granted the company a de novo request for the device in May, and the company will be looking at a pilot launch in the US later this year. It would also like to market the device in other regions. That's all for this week. Tune in next week when we tell you more about the important stories that we covered in the resource, cannabis, tech, and life science spaces.